Hey guys, what's up? It's Crumb, and welcome to your Rag and Bone Man wishlist guide for the 2007 servers. You're going to need 20 defense and 40 slayer for this. You will need to have completed the Rag and Bone Man quest, at least started Zogre's Flesh Eaters, completed the Fremennik Trials, Horror from the Deep and the Waterfall Quest. You need to have started Creatures of Frankenstein and completed the Mogre Miniquest. And you also need to have the ability to kill several high level monsters. For this quest, we're going to need a mirror shield, some coins, I'm bringing 100k, 26 logs of any kind that you can light, a tinderbox, fishing explosives, and ice coolers, which can be bought from any Slayer Master, a anti-dragon fire shield, or an anti-dragon shield, Garials Amulet. I'm going to have around 10 stamina potions throughout this whole quest. I am bringing a total of 5 with me to start. I have runes to cast me to places all around Runescape, and I also have the runes to cast Fire Blast to kill some ice giants later on. I'm also bringing an Amulet of Glory, a Ring of Dueling, a Lunar Staff or a Draymond Staff would work for fairy rings, a Games Necklace, and an Ectophile, and I also have a ranged attack. You could also use a magic attack to kill a flying creature later on, and I'm also bringing runes to cast Telekinetic Grab. We're also going to need gear to kill a high level monster, many different monsters, so keep that in mind. Alright, so to start this quest, we're going to head to the odd old man. Make sure that you have 3 inventory spaces free. Now we're at the the odd old man's place. If you read this wish list here, it will tell you what bones you need left to finish his wish list. Alright, so let's just head a little south here. There's some bats flying around which we need to kill until we either get the bat bone or the bat wing. Now these will drop bat bones with an S on the end of them every time. That's not what you want. You need the bat bone that is not plural, or the bat wing. Okay, I finally got the wing. It took me well over 20 kills. This can take a while. Go ahead and use your Ectophile. We need to go to some cows now. And once here, just run a little bit west. Once here, kill the undead cows until you get the bone drop. Once you have the undead cow ribs, go ahead and pick them up. And now we need to head west once again. You see this memorial here, go ahead and push it. And then run north. Start killing the experiments here. Kill these until you get the bone drop. Once you get the experiment bone, we can leave this place. Make sure it is the experiment bone and not just bones with an S. It needs to be experiment bone and not plural. Alright, let's go ahead and climb up this ladder and head to Cannafest now, which should just be southwest. Once here, let's head into the bank and put away the 3 bones. We can also put away the logs and the tinderbox since we won't need that to the end of the quest. Alright, now we need to kill these werewolves here. Make sure that you kill these guys in their werewolf form and not with a bone dagger, otherwise you won't get the bone. Until you get a werewolf bone. Go ahead and bank the werewolf bone, and now let's run west until we hit the ghouls. Go ahead and kill these things until you get the ghoul bone. Once you get the drop of the ghoul bone, run back a little bit east until we get to the fairy ring, and go ahead and equip your Drayman or Lunar Staff, and we'll be using the code AIQ. If you don't have the fairy rings unlocked, go ahead and run to Mud Skipper Point. Alright, once we're here, go ahead and use your fishing explosives on the ominous fishing spot. Mogres will appear, and you go ahead and kill them until you get their bone. It is the Mogre bone, pick it up once you get it. You need to have completed the Mogre Miniquest to do this. If you haven't, there's a link in the description to my guide. Now let's use the fairy ring here again. And this time we'll be using the code ALP. This will take us to the lighthouse. We're going to be killing some Dagonoffs. Let's go ahead and climb down the ladder here and start killing these things until we get their ribs. Once you get the ribs, let's go ahead and climb back upstairs. And go back to the fairy ring. This time we'll be using the code AJR. Run just a little bit west. Up to this little hill with the tree symbol. Here we just need to start killing the rabbits. Until we get the rabbit bone. Now once you have that, make sure we're going to head just a little bit east now. Make sure you have your mirror shield. We're going to be heading into the Slayer Cave. Now I actually forgot a single hand combat weapon, so I'm going to be using my Lunar Staff to kill the Basilisks. So go ahead and enter into the cave here. If you have 81 agility, there's a shortcut in here you'll be able to use. If not, run around with me. Alright, so here's the Basilisks. Go ahead and kill these until you get their bone drop. Now, once you get the bone, go ahead and pick that up, and let's head to Falador. Once at Falador, I'm just going to run west here and go to the bank. Now, we can put our mirror shield away and all the bones that we've collected. Won't be needing our mirror shield anymore, so let's go ahead and put that away. And make sure that you have your anti-dragon shield on you, and we can also put away these fishing explosives. We're done with them. Now make sure that you have your Dusty Key, because we're going into the Taverley Dungeon. Alright, so let's just run a little bit south here and hop over this shortcut. If you don't have the agility level, run around. If you don't have a Dusty Key, there's plenty of guides on YouTube. Go ahead and search one up. Now go ahead and open up the gate here. Use your Dusty Key on it. Equip your Dragon Fire Shield. And keep heading west. Now, once we're down here, there's some baby blue dragons. Go ahead and kill them until we get their bone. Until we get the baby dragon bone. Go ahead and pick that up, and now let's head to Lumbridge. Let's head down to the Lumbridge bank. If you can't use the one below the cook's room, go ahead and go to the top bank. We can deposit the baby dragon bone now. And let's go ahead, we can put away our dragon fire shield. And then we need to get it a rope and a light source of some type. Awesome, so let's head into the mines here. And talk to Khazgar and ask him to show you the way through the mine. Once here, kill any of these goblins. Until you get the cave goblin skull. So once you have that, go ahead and use your games necklace. And let's go to Barbarian Outpost. Now let's run south. Now, once you get down to the Moss Giant area, which should be just to the west of the Fishing Guild here, go ahead and attack a Moss Giant, or kill these things until you get their bone. Once you get the Moss Giant bone, go ahead and pick that up, and let's use our games necklace to go to Barbarian Outpost again. And let's run south, back where we were just at, kind of. We need to go up to the little hut there. At this point, go ahead and equip your Garials Amulet. Open up the gate, open the door. And board the log raft. Now let's go ahead and run down here and use your rope on the rock. And then use your rope on the dead tree. Now go ahead and open this ledge. And let's run north. And go ahead and kill these fire giants in here until you get one of their bones. So once you get the fire giant bone, let's go ahead and teleport to Camelot. For this next part, you're going to need to have your telegrab runes on you and your attack that can hit from a distance, so like range or magic. Now we're going to be visiting the bank here. We can put away our rope, our amulet, and our light source, and the bones that we've collected. Alright, let's go ahead and head to White Wolf Mountain now. We can also put away our dusty key. I forgot to. Now the first thing we need to kill is these wolves here. There's one when you first come up the mountain, and also just a little bit northeast up on this hill on the white part there's some wolves there as well. go ahead and kill them until you get the bone drop. Alright, so I got the wolf bone, the one that is not plural. Alright, so I'm going to run down this mountain now. And just head north on it. And keep on going north until we can see some ice giants. I'm going to zoom out. Alright, so here's the ice giants. So if we stand right on this square right here, we should be able to attack this ice giant, and we need to go ahead and do that until we've killed it and gotten the drop. Oops, shit, I just teleported. Don't do that. But go ahead, kill that thing, get the drop, and then you can use telegrab to pick up the bone. Alright, so once you get the giant head, go ahead and use telegrab on it. Careful not to teleport to get it. Alright, so now let's go ahead and head to Varrock. And head to the bank. Put away our dusty key if you forgot as well, and deposit the 2 bones we just collected. Now we can go ahead and bank our ectofile. We don't need it anymore. And we can also make sure you have your ice coolers on you, and also you should take out some food. We are going into the desert. Alright, so let's go ahead now and head to the fairy ring that is just to the west of the Grand Exchange. Alright, so let's go ahead and use the fairy ring here. The code is DLQ. Now we are going to be going into the desert. It's not too far away from Narda. If you're concerned about the heat, get some water skins prior to going. Let's go ahead and run north. Now keep in mind we can always hop in between kills of these lizards. We need to kill the level 42s. And that should reset the desert heat timer, and we shouldn't take too much damage. So we need to kill the ones that are pretty big. They're level 42 until we get their bone. So I'll show you an example of what I mean by hopping. So we can just simply quick hop in this desert to restart that timer after we kill one. And this way we shouldn't take too much damage. If I ever kill this thing, what the... Has 0 health. What? Oh, sorry. Okay, so once it's at 90% damage, just use one of the water coolers on it and that will kill it. So once we kill one, we can just hop worlds. And then kill another one. So I'll be back once I get the drop. And once you get this desert lizard bone, go ahead and pick it up. And now we need to run south until we get to Narda. Now there's an altar here that if we pray at, it will restore our health, our prayer, and our energy. So go ahead and do that. That's pretty useful. Alright, so let's continue going south here until we get to the Narda Bank. We can put away the ice coolers. We don't need them anymore. Deposit the bone, and if you really want to, you can take out a water skin. Alright, so I would advise taking a water skin. And go ahead and make sure that you have a range or magic attack. So let's go ahead and run just west here until we hit the jackals. Here they are up here, so we're going to go ahead and kill these until we get the bone that they drop. Awesome, second kill, I got it. So now we need to head just a little bit more southwest until we get to the spot where the vultures are. It's marked on the map with a label. So they should be around here. Go ahead and attack your magic or ranged attack. And let's go ahead and kill them until we get their wing. They only have 10 HP, so it's a pretty easy kill. Alright, I got it. Awesome, that was pretty quick. So now let's go ahead and use our Ring of Dueling and go to the Duel Arena. Now let's head to the Golem Glider. Should just be a little bit southwest here. Can zoom back in now. Alright, let's go ahead and use the glider here and go to the Grand Tree. Then glider and go to the jungle. Now let's just run a little bit west here. And let's kill some snakes until we get their bone. If you're level 65 or under, try to avoid the tribesman that's around here because he will attack you, and he does do poison, which it's like 12 in the beginning or something, so if that happens, I'd teleport out ASAP. Alright, so once you get the snake spine, go ahead and you can pick that up. And also I dropped my water skin because I don't need it anymore. Alright, so if we run just a little bit to the west here, there should be a couple Zogres around. We need to go ahead and kill these now until we get their bone. It will be the one called Zogre Bone without the S. Go ahead and pick that up. For whatever reason, these guys are on plants, so I'm just going to telegrab it. Alright, so now we can go ahead and use our Ring of Dueling to go to Castle Wars. Rawr. And we can bank. I'm going to put away the bones. I'm also going to put away the sharks. Now, if you do have a brutal bow and with arrows, go ahead and bring that out because we're going to kill the things now that like you can kill them with, I guess. Also, if you don't have one, you can use the Crumble Undead spell. That will do 50% of the normal damage, and if you don't even want to do that, you can just use melee, and that will do 25% of the normal damage. And also to make sure to bring either a range attack method or a magic attack method. Turns out I found my ogre bow and arrows, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that. I'm not sure if it's the one, I think this one might be the one for the birds. Not 100% sure, but we're going to go ahead and try it. So anyway, just run from Castle Wars there. First go east, then go south until you get to the little quest point here for this quest that you did. And we just need to run over here. Gonna climb over this crushed barricade and then attack the thing. Anyways, go ahead and kill these things until you get their bone drop. Alright, so once you get the Zogre bone, go ahead and pick it up. I also got a coffin key. So now from here, you can teleport back to Castle Wars. If you did get a key, there's some coffins just next to here that you can try to open it with. And test your loot if you really want to. Alright, so back to Castle Wars. Alright, so once we're here, we can go ahead and put away that bow and whatnot that we brought out, and you did, and also put away our Zogre bone. Alright, so let's go ahead now, and we're going to run east out of here and then south down to the ogre training spot that's pretty typical for rangers to be at. And go ahead and kill these things until you get the bone drop. Alright, and once you get the ogre ribs, let's use our Amulet of Glory here to go to Draenor Village. And once we're in Draenor Village, let's go ahead and run northwest here until we get to Port Sarim so we can kill seagulls on the dock. So go ahead and kill these seagulls here until you get their wing. The respawn time on these guys is pretty long, so I'd recommend hopping just to get new fresh spawns if you kill them all. Alright, so once you get the wing, go ahead and pick it up, and now let's go ahead and head to Varrock. Gonna want to go to Varrock Center for this one. And let's go ahead and head east here. We're gonna go to the bank really quick first. And then we'll head up to the source. Just going to put away the 2 bones I've collected. And let's head up to the soar now. Alright, let's go ahead and climb down this manhole. And now we need to kill the level 1 rats that are in here until we get their bone. Alright, so once you get the rat bone, go ahead and pick that thing up. And now we need to head to the Grand Exchange. I'm going to teleport there because I've completed, I think it's the Varrock Medium Diary. And once we're at the bank here, just going to go ahead and deposit this bone really quick. And let's go to the Grand Tree over here. We need to get to the Tree Gome Village. It might be the Gome Stronghold, yes. So we need to go to the Gome Stronghold. Alright, so once we're at the Gome Stronghold, go ahead and run west until we hit the Terrorbird Pen, which we can see over here on the map now. Go ahead and kill these Terrorbirds until you get their drop. Alright, once you go and have the Terrorbird wing, now let's use our Games Necklace. And let's teleport to Bruthope. Now let's run west. Make sure that you have some prayer for this part because of the rangers. Once you pass the guards, you can turn your Protect from Range prayer off. Now let's go ahead and kill these mountain trolls here until we get their bone drop. Alright, so once we have the troll bone, go ahead and pick that up. And now let's make our way to Draenor Village. Once here, run a little bit east. See this little symbol, the dungeon symbol. There's a dungeon here that we can go down. Go ahead and open up the trapdoor. And climb down. There's some zombies in here. Kill these until you get their bone. Alright, so once you have the zombie bone here, go ahead and pick that up, and let's head back up this trapdoor, or this ladder. Now this was actually the last bone that we needed. Now we have all 27, so we just need to get some things of vinegar and some pots, and we'll be pretty much done. So let's go ahead and make our way into the bank here. Pretty much deposit everything. So I deposited everything, and I took off my armor too. Had to drop some things around the bank space there. I'm going to keep a Ring of Dueling and a Glory on me, and I'm also going to get out some weight reducing gear here. Alright, let's go ahead now and take out some coins. Apparently the coins weren't needed till now. Wiki didn't say that, so I apologize, and trade this fruit guy here, and let's go ahead and buy 27 jugs of vinegar. Then we can go ahead and bank these. Now let's go ahead and head to Varrock. I'm going to go to the Grand Exchange and buy 27 pots. Alright, so now what we need to do is withdraw 14 pots. and 14 jugs of vinegar. And then we need to add the vinegar to the pots. Go ahead and put these pots of vinegar in here along with the jugs. I need to make more bank space again. And just go ahead and deposit these. And now this time we only need to do it with 13. Alright, and once you're done, just go ahead and take out 14 of these pots of vinegar and then 14 bones. And then pot each of them. And repeat this until you've potted all of the bones. Alright, so I actually missed the bone, and I know this because I only have 26 bones in vinegar when I know I need 27. I actually accidentally picked up the giant head instead of the ice giant ribs, so I messed up when I was killing the ice giant. I know that, so I can go back now and just go get it really quick. So if you did that, go ahead, go back and find the bone that you missed. If you really can't find what monster it was that you missed killing, you can always continue on with this guide and then check the list that I showed you at the start to see what monster you have left. Okay, so I got my last bone here, so we're going to use it on the pot of vinegar. There we go. Alright, so now what we need to do is basically take out 14 of these things. 4, 8, there we go, 14. Now go ahead and take out a tinderbox and 13 logs that you're going to be able to light. Now also you should equip some sort of axe too, so we can get down that one extra log that we won't have. And also you should probably bring along a ring of dueling with you. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to run to the strange old man again, up at where the quest for Rag and Bone Man is. So once you're here, you see this pot boiler. Go ahead and use a log on it. Then use a pot on it. And then use your tinderbox on it to light it. And then wait for it to boil, take the bone, and then we're going to repeat this for the rest of the bones. Now once you finish the inventory, there's some trees that are around here that you can cut to get that one extra log I was talking about. Go ahead and teleport to Castle Wars, get a Varrock teleport, go to that Varrock East Bank, take out on the next inventory of bones, and repeat. Alright, so once you've completed your first run, you can actually just talk to the old man here, the odd old man, and he'll take the bones off your hand. And now let's go ahead and go to Castle Wars to get a Varrock teleport out. Just like so. And we can go to the East Bank here and get the remaining bones out and repeat that process. Alright, and that should be all the bones now for me. So I'm going to hand them in. And you can either pick between the helmet or the bone sack. I'm going to take the bone sack. And that is quest complete. Well, quest further complete. I hope this quest, or this guide, helped you get the Questscape, because that's pretty much the only reason that I can see anyone doing this for. And until next time, guys, love, peace, and chicken grease.